Hey, what's up? It's Comic 95, the Savior. Excuse my skin, my hair, the lighting, everything, but I really need to vent, like to keep myself sane right now. So, first things first, let's address the elephant in the room. I bought some new contact lenses. They look blue. They're actually blue-green, more like a minty green-like color with a ring of blue, but that's another story. I was supposed to be reviewing them today, but let's not get ahead of myself. So, I wasn't planning to put this video out at the time that I am, because this is an unexpected video to record. But again, keep myself sane, talk to myself, make a little journal, because at the moment I have no one I can talk to that I trust, so to speak. Everybody's busy right now, just my luck. But today was a really good day. It started off great, it was going to be perfect, and it turned into crap. So I've been waiting for these contact lenses, and I bought some new hair extensions that I was planning to make 2 separate videos doing a review on both of those things, and just my luck. Yeah, everything got ruined today. So I want to tell you before I get started, this is my journal. These are my feelings. My feelings are valid. My opinions are valid. I'm not saying I'm necessarily right. I'm not saying I'm necessarily wrong, but I want you to understand that this is how I feel. So while it might seem like, oh, you're being a drama queen, you're being dramatic, you could have solved your own problem, whatever. Again, from my perspective, how I felt in the moment, and okay, I live near a park, you guys, sorry. I promise there's no one in my basement that I don't have. But if you can't hear, there was like screaming outside, some girl at the park. So, okay, so let me ignore that. Let's just keep going. I'm not retaking this video. I already had to do it. This is now my second retake because the first time I did it, I got interrupted because I had a feeling that my food was burning, and I was right. My bacon like burned to a crisp. I had a club sandwich that I got from a Hard Rock Cafe that I reheated and I put inside my oven to do that. So back on subject. Yeah. I had, my packages, I've been waiting for them, but it was really confusing as to when they would arrive. But I had a feeling in the back of my mind that both of them might arrive today. And sure enough, the one time that I don't want that to happen, it does. So to kind of backtrack a little bit, I've been pretty much spending all of my time at my fiance/boyfriend's place because he recently came back to Japan. So I've been with him almost every day for like the past 6 months, basically. And I've spent almost no time at my new apartment where I'm at right now. And you've probably noticed that the scenery changes in my videos recently. Anytime you see me like with the black walls, whatever, that's my boyfriend's place, not my place. But we're supposed to be moving in together next month. I doubt that's going to happen because now I have a business trip and he's actually on one right now too. So there's so much going on. Like I feel like our lives are the same, but in a bad way. Like he's always on business trips. I'm always busy, and I always have a business trip either right when he comes back or like near the end of his trip. So it's kind of the same situation going on right now. So again, if I think I already said this, but yeah, like sorry, my skin, my hair, I know I look crazy. Even the lenses probably look kind of crazy right now without any makeup or whatever going on, but honestly, I love these, but this video is not about my contact lenses. So I'm not gonna talk about that right now, but so anyway, I was trying to catch up on old bills and stuff, because honestly, I wasn't even thinking about my bills and whatnot. I know that you can set them up to be paid by card, but I don't like that. I always feel like, what if there's a case where I really don't have the money to pay for something? What if a bill is really high? I don't like the idea of, bills automatically being deducted from my bank account. That just kind of scares me. But maybe I need to do that. So yeah, I knew that I was behind on my stuff, but I thought that I paid everything off. And the one bill that I knew I didn't pay was my gas bill, but I've been waiting for them to just send me a new one. Well, I got a letter telling me that I owed money for a water bill after the water company came to my home. And I honestly had no idea it was them. So this was almost a week ago now. And they left a note saying that I needed to pay my bill and that they made a mistake or something, at the wrong amount. I don't even remember what it was. Something really weird that, why is everybody messaging me now? See, I swear he has radar. It's my boyfriend. Okay, we'll get back to him later. I love you. So Anyway, so now I'm happy. All right. So yeah, they told me that I had apparently paid the wrong amount, that is supposed to be more. And so I thought that was odd. It's like, how can you send me the wrong bill? So it turns out that it wasn't that the bill was wrong. It's just that the bill that I paid was the most recent one. So I misunderstood the message. This is why it's stupid to be like me or like other people that try to insist on just using Japanese. It's great to like practice for some things. But when it comes to important stuff, you should definitely translate so you don't make the same mistake that I just did. I thought that what I read was telling me that they made a mistake and that I just owed a different amount. I did owe a different amount, but that's not a mistake. I was paying the most recent bill and not an older bill. So apparently there was a bill amongst my crap that I just had sitting inside my drawer that I have just for bills that I overlooked because I paid my electricity. I think I paid most of my gas, but there was like a bill or something that I had, but I was too late to pay it because by the time I came back to my place, it had already expired. So anyway, I put it off because even although they left me a letter, I didn't actually speak to them because I wasn't dressed and they came in the middle of the day and I'm like, why would you even be expecting me to be at home? Like, what if I was teaching lessons on Zoom? You're banging down my door, whatever. So the first time they came, in their defense, they only rung the doorbell one time and I didn't answer. Then I want to say the next day they came back, and this time they just got lucky and the guy was let up to my door. You normally need a key to get in, but someone was leaving the building apparently at the same time. So he took the invite and came all the way up to my door and tried to ring the doorbell. But he didn't say or do anything. And so I figured it was probably because I live in a nice place, because if you lived inside of like one of those ghetto, normal Japanese apartments, they have no problem. They'll bang down your door, yell, tell your business, everything. Or so I thought. So anyway, after they left, there was no note, no nothing left behind, which I thought was odd. Nothing left in my mailbox to my knowledge. But I did notice that later on, if I recall, to be 100% honest, and I thought about this after I initially got mad and tweeted, they did give me an updated bill telling me that it needed to be paid. And when I spoke to my boyfriend about it to confirm, that this was a water bill and try to sort out my stuff, because normally like the water bills, like it actually says it's a water bill, but it says something else on it. Like it didn't even have like Mizu written on it, but it was for water. I think it did. It had it somewhere in a weird spot, but like it wasn't like on the letter and it wasn't visible where you can easily see it, basically. I live in Osaka, by the way, and when I lived in my other place in Osaka, it was clearly pronounced when I lived in Nishinariku. So anyway, yeah, I completely forgot, and I wasn't expecting anyone today, even although I think they tried to come yesterday. Yeah, they did. But he wasn't lucky that time because nobody came to the door. And again, I'm not dressed. I'm not prepared to talk to anybody. I don't know what they're here for. I don't know it's the water company. I just know that it's something bill related or NHK because the guy is wearing like a green, Grand Theft Auto like jumpsuit. So just my luck, I had just so happened to have ordered my Hard Rock Cafe food from Uber Eats, which is delicious, might I add. I never tried the Hard Rock Cafe in the US, but I knew of it, obviously, because I lived in Chicago, and I used to work downtown at the Sears Tower at Navy Pier, so I worked with tourists. You might have seen me before. So back on subject. Yeah, so where was I? I was like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. As soon as my Uber Eats guy left, they rang the doorbell before he could even make it to the first floor. I'm on the 9th floor where I'm at. Shouldn't be telling all of this because y'all can come and kill me or something. So I saw the dude and I was like, no, because I could see the guy like coming out. I was like, no, he's going to walk in. Before like I could even answer the door, he called me on the intercom twice, you all. He didn't even wait a minute apart, like not 30 seconds, not 20, not 10. No. Ding, 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 ding. It's like back to back. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So then, of course, while he's on his way up, then I get a call from the Uber Eats guy. He realizes, oh, I forgot your drinks. Oh, no, please don't. So I'm like panicking because I'm like, I'm not dressed. I'm hungry. I'm not prepared to talk. I don't know what this guy's here for. So mind you, I don't know this is for the water company. I don't know if it's NHK. I don't know what this is. To my knowledge, I'm just getting letters in the mail. I got a couple of them. I got the new water bill. And I got the little letter with them telling me that I need to pay my water bill, which the first one I got was a long time before I actually saw the new water bill. It's like, you're telling me I owe more money, but there's no barcode, no date, no nothing, just my name, and saying, hey, you owe money. Please pay your bill. We'll turn it off tomorrow. which they didn't do. In fact, they sent me another bill like after the next day when they said they turned it off. So anyway, I'm freaking out, and I wasn't going to come to the door, to be honest, but because they were banging down the door nonstop, and my nosy ass racist neighbor who doesn't like me, like, they hide from me and whatnot, but they're nosy. I knew that they were going to end up coming to the door wondering, like, what the fuck is going on, or think it might be for them. Like, who the hell is at the door doing all of this? And so they were talking so loud that even although I'm all the way in the back of my home, which my walls are pretty much soundproof, I could hear them outside in the hallway. And so I'm thinking, like, I know damn well they would not do this if I were Japanese. So I caved in, and after it got, quiet, after them pressing my, bell once they got to my floor, because I have two doorbells. I have one where you can, buzz to try to get let in, and then the second one where I can actually talk to you, but I can't see you to let you in this way. So I have a camera for the first floor, no camera on the second floor, which sucks, which is where my actual place is. But of course, I can still, talk to you on my intercom right in front of my door, which I never bothered to do that. So I get myself ready, I go to the door, and I act calm, I'm like prepared, and so, I just say, oh, konnichiwa, talk to him, and then it turns out it's the water company. So it wasn't just one guy, it was two guys, and I couldn't see two people on camera at first. So they tried to be a little bit nice. The guy heavily smells like alcohol and strong cigarette smoke. And so anyway, they weren't as rude as they could have been, but they weren't as nice as they could have been either. And so I basically explained, what the hell do you all want? And then when I find out it's just for the water bill, I'm like, do you need to do all of that shit for a goddamn water bill? Like, are you fucking kidding me? They were acting like I owed them like $50,000 or something and was planning to run away. Coronavirus is going on right now. I'm a foreigner. You have no idea if I'm working or not, what's going on with me finances wise. And so not even just that, you do not do that to anyone. That is stalking. It's one thing for you to show up at somebody's house. You cannot bang down somebody's motherfucking door, ring their doorbell 6,000 times. I swear if they had my phone number, they would have been blowing that up too. In fact, they probably did for all I know, because I haven't really been messing with I use a different phone number that I give for bills and stuff like that, but I haven't really been touching that lately because I had no reason to. But I don't think they have that, and I don't think they bothered to call it. But I'm thinking to myself, like, first of all, what you're doing is considered as being a stalker. Secondly, you're embarrassing and humiliating me, which I know for Japanese people, that's supposed to work and make them pay. But for me, it does the opposite. You're being disrespectful, and it makes me question, would you bother to do that to a Japanese person? I highly doubt it. So yeah, I explained to them. And so I was like, if I owe money for a water bill, I just paid a water bill like less than a week ago. And I told them it was like $4.50, whatever. To which, they looked it up or whatever. And they was like, no, like that's not right. And so they claimed to me that it was like a little bit over $17. Guys, just $17. I have $3,000 in my fucking pocket. And so I don't bother to go into all of that. But I showed them that I got the slip that they gave me. And the reason why it wasn't paid was that it didn't have any type of, date or anything on it. And so I did remember later that they did send a new bill, but of course, by the time I'd even gotten the bill, it was already past the date too. So I'm thinking like, okay, like I'm super confused about all of this, but whatever, fine, I'll pay it. I don't care. Obviously I need water, but show me the bill, show me what I owe. And so of course they couldn't produce that. They didn't give me their names. They didn't tell me what company they're with. They just simply said, hey, we're going to turn off your water if you don't pay this amount. They're talking loudly. They're embarrassing me. They've been knocking down my door, ringing it nonstop. And I forgot to say, when I went to go get my little slip to show them, I told them to wait. And mind you, we're speaking in Japanese, which I don't like to do when it comes to serious things like this. Because for me, it's like, yes, I can speak Japanese to handle basic things like that, but I cannot portray the emotions that I want to, like how I can in English. I can't explain how I really feel. So I honestly went back, I got my phone, and I was ready to use Google Translate with them. And so I just showed them the bill, and I explained, not the bill, but the letter. And so they were like, yeah, this one. So they seemed like, they were being nice, but again, loud, ghetto, embarrassing. And my drinks are literally sitting there on the floor from the Uber Eats guy. Like, I felt so bad because he got caught up in the middle of this. And then while all of this is going on, you guys, then FedEx comes with my hair extensions. And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, why does everybody come at the same time? I have been waiting on my hair extensions for like the last 3 days. You will not only choose to come today, which is still nice because technically a day early, but you wait until the same fucking time trying to handle this shit with my bills. And then the Uber Eats guy's like, I literally like had like a fucking meltdown. Excuse my language, but I lost my shit. I was beyond embarrassed because I knew my neighbors could hear and see everything. They're probably looking through their peephole, and all my business is just being flown out there. And it looked like, oh, like she can't afford her place. She's struggling. She's whatever. And so like just everything was running through my mind at that moment. And it made it even worse because I'm thinking to myself, this is so stupid. I can afford this. Just show me the bill. I'm not going to hand money to you. Like I knew it was their job because of how they were dressed. But I want to know who I'm talking to. I want to ensure that this is your company, and I should be able to see that this is how much I owe. And so I told them, I was like, can you give me a new bill? Or at least show it to me, and I'll go to the convenience store and pay it right now later today. I have the money. And it made it look even worse because they saw me not only accept food from Uber Eats, but now a package comes. And they probably thinking to themselves, this nigga's stupid as fuck. Like, you have money, clearly, to pay. You're living inside of a nice place. You just ordered takeout food, and you had a package that just came to you from FedEx. Why can't you just pay $17? And it looked like I'm a stay-at-home wife or mom or whatever because I look busted right now. I didn't have these contacts in either, and my hair was a lot messier than it is right now. But I look busted. I have on no makeup, no nothing, and my fat ass is sitting here getting ready to pig out on food that they saw brought up to me. So it was just beyond humiliating. But my issue was a couple of things. Like I said, the fact that after I went to go get the bill, not the bill, I keep saying the bill, the letter to show them, he tried to hold the door open. So he pulled on the door and I had to literally pull it. And I said, let go of my door. And so I told him, I was like, wait. And so then when I came back, I told them, I was like, if you touch my door again, or if you ring my doorbell, I will call the police for harassing me. And so, of course, that pissed them off. And so I told them, I was like, you know what? I'll pay it. Just show me the bill. I'll pay it. And so they were like, no, like, if you don't pay now, like, we're going to have to cut off the water or whatever. And so they were like, it's cut off water. Okay. And so I was like, okay. And so I shut the door, slammed it, locked it, done. And so, of course, they cut it off. And I'm not going to lie, guys. Like, of course, thinking back, I regretted it instantly because I'm like, shit, I can't wash my hands. I just got my food. And then I noticed that I left my drinks out in the hallway. Like, it was just beyond embarrassing. And then I think I heard my neighbor, the nosy one that like really is like scared of me for whatever reason, her and her husband, they be having awful sex and tickling each other and shit at night. Those two, I know that she stays at home all day, which I don't understand. It's like, why would you want to live here if you're married to someone? Like, I'm not going to lie, I like this place enough where I tried to convince my boyfriend to come here, but he was like, there's barely enough space here for you. Like, fuck no. And he's right, because I thought there was more space, but after I got furniture, it's like, yeah, there is no space, and there's no way in hell we could have a kid here. But I love this apartment. But anyway, I'm like, if y'all making enough bank for you to be a stay-at-home mom, wife, whatever, why do y'all want this little inky-dinky ass apartment? Like, it's not worth it. But yeah, I would think that since both of us stay at home all day and we have nothing better to do and neither of us have children, I would think she'd want to be nice or inviting to me. Nope, she act like I'm not here. She's scared to see me. If we leave the house at the same time, she'll wait in the doorway to wait for me to get on the elevator and go down to avoid having to see me. I said this before, I think, but I've been petty enough where I waited on the first floor and then I changed my mind. I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. That seems like some type of like horror movie type stuff, like I'm stalking her. So I just walked out the building and I looked at her in the camera so I could see who my neighbor was. But they're like that. Like I would never see their face if I don't go out of my way to do so. There was another time where I coincidentally was coming up on the elevator with groceries when she was on her way down. And we literally like just stared at each other as we awkwardly waited for the door to open. It's like, why are you so fucking weird? But I'm done with my rant. My feelings are really hurt because, like I said, I felt really embarrassed. I felt humiliated, and I felt like the treatment that they gave me, they wouldn't have done with a Japanese person. So I accept fault. I should have paid my bill. I should have kept track of my stuff. I should have just paid it when they came there and offered, for me to do so. But it was the principle of it. You don't come banging on my door, ringing my doorbell nonstop, and the fact that you let yourself up here because the door, the glass door that requires a key was open. So really that also made me upset too, because if that was not open, they would have no way to shut off the water. Because really, I know they wanted to do it like a week plus ago, but they didn't have the option to do it because, again, they needed somebody to let them up. So, in fact, I don't know if this is just my mind. I could be wrong, but I'm like 90% sure or 80% sure, well, I'll say less than that, 60% sure that they went to my neighbor's house, that bitch that don't like me, and asked her if I was at home, because I heard them talking on the hallway, and I could have swore I heard like a vague doorbell ring that sounded like my neighbor's. It's really weird because everything's so small here and connected. While I can't normally hear any conversing going on there unless they have their patio door open and I'm sitting next to mine like how I am right now, I can hear a vague sound, like if somebody rings your doorbell, I can hear a I can get that sound too, but it's really quiet and obviously it doesn't light up my system and show me who it is. So I'm pretty sure that he went to her to see if, she knew if I was at home or if I was here, whatever was going on. And so it made me so stressed out because I had I had my episode ready. I was going to watch FBI Files. I bought a lot of food, you guys, because I was like, I'm tired of, using Uber Eats. I'm trying to go on a diet. I want to lose some weight because as I told you guys, I plan to start a family. I said this on Twitter. And I want my body to be in the best shape possible. I don't want to be thin. I want to be a little fat, but I've gained a lot of weight, like a lot of weight. And so today was supposed to be my last day of picking out. I got a club sandwich, nachos, and cheesecake, which if you know anything about Hard Rock Cafe, the sizes are huge. So I have Eats Pass though. So it was only, a few dollars. Not a few dollars, it was free. The pass is a few dollars. It's like $10 or whatever, less than $10. But normally I would have had to pay like $4 or $5 to get it delivered to me. But because I had that pass, I don't have to pay anything. And so I didn't like having to meet that minimum order requirement with everything. And I was tired of waiting on food. So I just got everything. So I knew I would have enough food to last for the next 2 to 3 days because it's that much. So everything, of course, ended up being cold. I completely lost my appetite, you all. I could not eat anything. I had a mental breakdown. I was ready to kill myself over this. I was like, oh my God, I don't want to live here anymore. Now my neighbor thinks I'm poor, so embarrassing, so ghetto, and I'm Black. What do they think of me? Blah, blah, blah. Not just the neighbor, but even the bill people. Because honestly, even when they come back out, that's going to be embarrassing too. And so one part of me feels like, this is what they get. Because, of course, after they left, as soon as they left, I went, found my bill, and I went to go pay it. So my water is actually still not on as we speak. But thankfully, I have several containers of water that I already had. So I've just been using that to, do basic stuff like wash my hands, etc. But, it really made me upset because while one part of me is happy because they're going to have to waste their time coming back out here to hook everything up, it made me upset that this is something that could have been easily resolved, but they didn't go about it the right way. They were disrespectful to me. They were rude. They treated me like some type of criminal or thief or whatever, which I really didn't like that either. And I will say that I do feel like I get preferential, whatever you want to call it, treatment. I am treated a little bit better than most people because of where I live. I think it shocks people because I'm a foreigner, especially since the bills are in my name. They normally assume that, if you're living here, nice place, oh, you must have a husband, you must have, a partner, boyfriend, whatever. Someone else must be paying your rent. Someone else must be paying your bills. Nope, it's all in my name. So I think that gives me a little bit of status in one sense because people are surprised by how nice this place is. But then it's like if you do get caught up, you do get behind on something, you do mess up, then you instantly go back to, being this criminal, this thief, this lowlife, this Black foreigner, whatever you want to call it. So there's bigger problems in the world, I know, but my feelings are still real and valid. And like I said, it really hurt and embarrassed me, and it ruined what was supposed to have been a good day. Because also, since my water got turned off, I wasn't able to wash my hair. I wanted to wash my hair and try on my extensions and to clean my place, etc. And now, I can't do even something as simple as flushing the toilet for my bathroom. I literally had to go to the convenience store. So I have to wait for them to turn everything back on. I already paid it, but it just made me so upset that I feel like if you do complain about stuff like this, which I'm planning to do so to the water company, I feel like it's not taken seriously. Japanese people think very logical, and I can do this too, but I feel like it hurts me more as a foreigner. They think very logical in the sense that if something is messed up or goes wrong, they try to track down where did you fuck up. And then after they see that you did fuck up somewhere, now no other complaints are valid. So this is how it goes. Yeah, they shouldn't have tried to open up your door. They shouldn't have barged into your place. They shouldn't have rung your doorbell. They shouldn't have let themselves up until you formally let them in, as a person, and not just, gone through because someone else opened it up. But you fucked up because you missed your bill. You didn't pay us. And even after they came to your door with the bill, you refused to do it. So now any argument I want to make is invalid in their eyes. And part of me can understand that. But then I question myself, Would a Japanese person put up with that? Would you be okay with that? Would you give that same answer to a Japanese person? Because I've never in all my life ever seen staff of any company, whether it be, utility company, whether it be a government office, anything, they never talk to their own people like that. But when it comes to foreigners, they will talk as loud as possible. They will knock on your door. They will embarrass the fuck out of you. And it goes both ways, like especially when they're speaking English, they have no problem with talking really loud. But even when it comes to Japanese, they will tell all your business. They will insult you. They will ignore you. They just don't care. And so I know that, like, for some things it's okay, like for example for handing you a bill, etc. Sometimes like it's not totally uncommon for a mail carrier to like open your door, etc. They allow them to like go into the area where you take off your shoes some places, but generally like in a major city area like where I live, like Osaka, that's a little bit taboo. But I'm thinking like it just freaks me out. I can never get over this as an American. I would never in my life, unless you were like my husband or something, or best friend, I would never dare to open up the door of a total stranger. What if this bitch got a gun, a knife, crazy, stab me, kill me, what? And then on top of that, motherfucker, what if I'm not dressed? So I happen to have a separate bedroom from the rest of my home, but I'm thinking to myself, what if I didn't? What if I don't have a separate space? What if I am walking around my house without clothes on and you just open up my door trying to hand me my mail or trying to tell me, hey, we're about to turn your shit off? What? And then the fact that he put his nasty cigarette hands on my shit, like, I really don't like smokers, by the way, but it just really like frustrates me. And so this wasn't supposed to be a part of this video, but I'll throw this in here too because I'm never going to get around to making this video. But long story short, I had a package that I got from Amazon that came from the US. I paid like $60, you guys, for 4 bags, 4 family-size bags of Flamin' Hots. Total scam. And to make matters worse, if paying that much wasn't enough of a scam, I don't know what happened. The delivery guy never rang my doorbell, but I had several other deliveries the same day, including from this company, which I believe was it Yamato or Sagawa, or whatever you call it? I forget which company it was. But long story short, I had literally just accepted a package, 2 packages from them earlier that day. And when I went out to go, to the convenience store for, I think, some food or something, I noticed as I went to go lock my door, there was a box sitting like on the side of my door, like behind it. So the door's back would have been towards it. So it's closer to my neighbor's door. And so I look at it, and there's a note on it. And I've been watching too much Forensic Files, y'all, because I almost didn't touch it. Because I was thinking to myself, like, what if this is a bomb or something? I'm not expecting a package. It didn't go through regular mail. How the hell did it get to my door? And whoever put it here, is it for me? Because I can't see the name. It's covered by some, handwritten note in Japanese that I can't read. It had kanji on it. And so it was done like with some type of highlighter or something. And so I'm thinking to myself, is this for me? Like if it was, shouldn't they have rung the doorbell? They made it all the way to my door. And sure enough, I open it because I think I could faintly see like yellow and orange, and it was my Flamin' Hots. And so I tried to translate the message, and I think I was able to get a little bit of it, and I just saw that it said like sorry. So I sent a photo of it to my boyfriend, and he told me that, the message was saying that they're sorry, that they opened the box thinking that it was for them or whatever, apparently. And they just said that, no, it wasn't even sorry. It just said that they had opened up the box and that they realized that it wasn't for them and that they were going to leave it in this manner. There was no apology on it. That's what made me really upset. So I was furious. So after my boyfriend translated the message, I explained to him where the, message came from. And I told him that, it was actually a note left on my package. And so when I told him what company it was that was supposed to deliver it, he called them on my behalf, which I really liked. He took, he was proactive with it. And their solution was, okay, since this happened, we don't know how it happened because the guy claims that he doesn't recall leaving it there or going to the wrong house. Mind you, I'm the only foreigner in my entire building to my knowledge, and nobody has my name, like even in the US. So he claimed that he left it inside the delivery box, or he thought that he did. There's several delivery boxes in my building. My building is brand new. Like, there's no way you did that. You made it all the way up to the 9th floor. So you either gave it to the wrong house, and one of them bitches that I live next to was too much of a coward to ring my fucking doorbell and just left it, which I'm pretty sure they did, or you opened it yourself and you just left it there instead of telling me that you did. So I'm pretty sure that it wasn't the delivery guy himself. I think instead he just went to the wrong house, gave it to the wrong person, and for some reason, even although they probably weren't expecting a package, because I'm the only one that seems to consistently order stuff online here, because I hardly ever see anybody here for someone else. Yeah, they decided to open it. So the good thing is they didn't actually open up the chips, but what if it were something valuable? They probably saw it and was like, oh, how fat, how American. You got some, food from California. But it's the principle of it. So if it's not bad enough, I'm mad at both my neighbors, because I'm assuming they're the ones who opened it, and the delivery guy. If it's not bad enough that you open somebody's box by accident, you can't just tell me, like, hey, like, your shit is open. You're just going to leave it in the hallway for anyone to tamper with it? Not even going to ring my doorbell and run? Like, just run off. Or have somebody else do it. Or put it inside of, my mailbox. Just do something so I know it's there. Why? So, yeah, so then, of course, when I called the company, instead of them saying, oh, we're sorry, taking, fault for it, they tried to brush it off. They were like, oh, like, we thought that we left it there. And they tried to deny that that's what happened. It's like, no, like, that's where it fucking was. So then their solution was they could have the guy come out and apologize and bow, which I initially was like, yeah, I do want them to do it. But I was like, it's not even worth it. I'll let it go. I'm not trying to cost someone their job. Sorry, guys, my battery died. But anyway, I was saying that it's possible that it was an honest mistake. So I'm just so glad that all of that stuff is over with. But I feel happy just getting all of this out and talking about it. But it really ruined my day. It made me so upset. And I feel like I'm like a third-class citizen or second-class citizen or whatever in a way. Like, I feel like when I complain, I'm not really understood by Japanese people, because they ultimately they can't believe that their own people can do something bad. They try to find a way where you are at fault. And then, like, even beyond that, I feel like they don't understand, because for them, they don't complain about these kind of things. They would just let it go and be like, oh, well, at least I got my package type thing. And to me, it's like, what if it were valuable and somebody stole from it? Like, that's important. And it's humiliating. What if I, like, had sex toys or something that I ordered from overseas? You're just going to leave it in front of my door for everyone to see? So, and it's like, you didn't have a package coming from the U.S. I doubt you had a package you were expecting on this day, and nobody's name is even close to mine. I have a German last name. So, and whenever I order stuff, my name is written in katakana. So it really like hurt me. It made me upset. I was disappointed. And again, like, I let it go because I don't want to cost anyone their job, no matter how upset I am. But I did want the company to know, like, hey, like, as a warning, like, you can't do this to people. So that's that. I'm done. I'm just going to wait for them to turn my water on. And I do want to talk to the company, because I think they need to know that you don't come to people's house and harass them. You could ring the doorbell. I think knocking is too much in Japan, but fine, you can knock. You don't need to tell my business outside my door. You don't need to keep ringing my doorbell, and you sure as hell better not pull on that handle again, because I will go to jail. I will fuck somebody up here, because he almost had it, like, for real. Like, I don't even know what to call it, like, kicked in. I was thinking, like, I know this motherfucker did not just pull on my fucking door handle, because I had a situation like that in the past. But in that case, I owed rent money, and it was like a type of guarantor, whatever type company. But they act like the motherfucking mafia here. Like, I feel like I'm in a game of sleeping dogs or something. It's like, who the hell does that? Over 17 goddamn dollars? I could have easily given that to you. Like, even if I didn't have $17, is it worth it to act that crazy, make that big of a scene? Over 17 motherfucking bucks. For real? So, whatever, I'm done. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry for being angry, being upset. I'm human, I'm real, and I hate to even sound like hypocritical. Like, this was my fault for getting behind on this. I literally just finished editing a video on, not acting like you're broke, and now, in the process of trying to record this one, I accidentally deleted that video, so now I have to re-edit it again. Great, exactly what I didn't want to do. So, I just feel so much better now, getting this off my chest and saying what was going on, but I literally wanted to leave Japan. I felt suicidal, like, for a good few hours. Nobody was answering their phone. Nobody was replying to texts because everybody was at work. And it really just made the situation worse. Like, I had to go outside and get some fresh air and remind myself that I'm being a hypocrite, and that how can I help people if I can't help myself? And I put my big girl pants on, toughened up, and that's why I'm making this video right now. So I'm fine. I'll be okay. By the time you see it, this problem will be water under a bridge. I have a lot to look forward to these next couple of months, and I know things will get better. So that's that. Just sharing my feelings, my insight, telling my little story about what happened. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.